I can tell you one thing. We're going to be out there, and some of it, like, for instance, drugs with Medicare, they don't bid them out. They don't bid them. They pay, like, this wholesale incredible number. Hundreds of, they say, like, 300 billion could be saved if we bid them out. We don't do it. Why? Because of the drug companies, folks. You take a look at the drug companies. Take a look at Johnson & Johnson. Take a look at Pfizer. They're leaving us, and we're still not doing anything. Hey, we're leaving. By the way, don't dare negotiate drugs, right? Excuse me? Excuse me? But we have so many instances like that. That's one instance. Hundreds of billions of dollars. We don't bid it out. We bid it out in Trump, but we don't bid it out with politicians because they don't even know what it means to the drug companies. They give to the candidates, and then we don't go out to competitive bidding with drugs. We're the largest purchaser of drugs in the world, and we don't go out to competitive bidding. And by the way, we're going to competitive bidding, and I'll tell you what, we're going to save so much money, and those drug companies are going to hate me so much. Oh, we don't have the right to negotiate with drug companies. And I have a friend who's a doctor. He's a very successful guy, and he keeps telling me, I don't understand it. Why can't we negotiate? And then I said, I tell you why. Because the senators and the congressmen that are all taken care of by the drug companies can't allow that because the drug companies make a fortune. So if we negotiated, you know what we'd save? Almost $300 billion a year. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? They sell their drugs. There's almost no negotiation. It's almost like if you walked into a drugstore and bought them right off the counter. And yet they're the largest purchaser of drugs in the world. If we had somebody that negotiated, like me, like somebody that, or we had a favored nations clause, that we would pay, because this is almost better, because you put too much pressure on a negotiator because they become dishonest, okay? They end up being dishonest. They end up going to dinner with the drug company's head every night, and all of a sudden you'll see things happen that aren't pretty. But you put what's called a favored nations clause on. So it says, because we're the largest purchaser, we will pay, maybe even you add this, 10% lower than the lowest price that they sell drugs to anywhere in the world. So wherever they sell, whoever has the lowest price, we get 10% lower. You would save probably $300 billion a year. But you know, we don't negotiate for the cost of drugs. We pay full price. We pay just about, if you went to the drugstore and bought something, the United States pays about the same. Even though we're the biggest purchaser of drugs, meaning drugs to make people better, okay? This is good. This is a good thing, not a bad thing. We're the largest purchaser in the world, but we don't negotiate. And everyone says, why? I said, I know, teacher, why. Because the drug companies take care of the politicians, and they don't want negotiation. They don't want negotiation. So just think of this. Everyone says, oh, well, there's not that much waste. If we were allowed, let me do it, or let me get one of my friends that's a killer on Wall Street, or one of my enemies that's sick. I got plenty of enemies, too. But I know the best. I know the best. I know the overrateds. I know the absolute killers that will do so good, they'll turn the whole thing with China around so fast, your head will spin. Because what you don't understand, these countries need us because we give them a fortune. They need us so badly, right? So, I'll do it. I'd love to do this one. With the drug companies.
Oh, yeah. Wait, he ran on negotiating prices for Medicare, drug prices, and I just want you to clarify where he is on that, because when he met with Big Pharma the other day, before the meeting, he said, we have no choice, we have to get prices down. After the meeting, he said he would oppose anything that makes it harder for these companies to bring their drugs to market, including price fixing by Medicare. So is he for Medicare negotiating drug prices or not?
He's for it, yes. He wants to make sure, absolutely.